If I could talk to my 21-year-old self right now, what would I say to him? And the reason why I'm saying that is, let's get into the video. So in today's video, I'm just gonna do something a little different, right? So I started a new series. If I could talk to my 21-year-old self, and this is what I would say. But I want to give you the backstory of why I'm making this video. Because I received an email from a young man, 21-year-old young man, that I believe has a lot of potential. And I wish if I had somebody to talk to at 21, I had my first child at 21. If I had somebody to give me some type of guidance besides the streets, where would I be right now? I appreciate the journey that I went through, don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna read you the email. I'm detract some of the his name and things like that. But I'm gonna read you the email so you know where I'm coming from and why having this channel is important to me at Nemt University. So it says to the founder of Nemt University, I hope this message finds you well. My name is blank. I'm a 21-year-old black entrepreneur. I just want to give you my respect first. I've been watching your YouTube videos and following Nemt University, and I have so much respect for the game you're giving and the lane you carved out. It's inspiring to see a black man winning and teaching others how to build real businesses. I love that. That's key point number one. I'm reaching out because I'm ready to start my first business, a school transportation service. But I'll be honest, I don't know where to start. I've got the vision. I've been doing my research, but the process is a lot. I want to get it going as soon as I can, but between setting up an LLC, figuring out insurance, making sure everything's legal and structured right, I need help. What's stressing me the most is I don't want to get scammed. There's a lot of scammers out there, especially in Atlanta. No disrespect, but especially with insurance or overpriced services, just because I'm new and don't know the game yet. I've heard too many stories about young guys like me getting taken advantage of, just trying to do something positive. And I totally understand, because some people can see that you're naive and they want to play on that just because you may have some information, or you may present that you have information that you really don't. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. But let's continue. That's why I'm reaching out to you. I really believe you could guide me through the early steps, especially with setting up the LLC, getting the right insurance, and starting off solid. I'd be on the right track. I'm not asking for a handout either. Now think about that. He already presented an offer, basically saying that, he don't want me to give him nothing for free. I like that about him. He's saying I don't want to waste your time. I will. I'm gonna continue with the email. I'm not asking for a handout either. I'm willing to pay for your time and any consultation you can offer. If you're open to working with me in any capacity, I'd be grateful. I'm determined to do this the right way and build something I can be proud of. I just need the right guidance from someone who truly knows the game. Thank you for everything that you have already shared, and I hope we can connect real soon. And just so you know, I'm just gonna call you Columbus. Just so you know, I reached back out to you. I'm just waiting for you to respond. But I want to take the time to make this video to talk to my 21-year-old self right now. So this message really hit hard because I felt like I was reading a letter from myself back then when I was around that age. Now, what I mean by that is I had my first child, which is the best thing that ever happened to me, my son, at 21. That's like 2 years after I was released from prison. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have had the guidance back then, I would tell myself not to pick up no flag. I would tell myself not to sell dope. I tell myself a few things. Men relationships that I may have severed, back in them days. Because if you sit and think about it, if a person has any type of guidance, right, during those young ages, during the impressionable ages, sort of like this young man right now, I'm calling Columbus. You know, for somebody to have their head on their shoulders at that age, at 21, when the brain is not fully developed until you're like 25, it's pretty amazing to me. So that's why I'm taking this time to, you know what I'm saying, to think back about how I was back in them days. And I know, unfortunately, it's not something to glamorize or glorify. I just want to take you through the journey of where I've been, you know what I'm saying, in my 49 years up on this earth. At 17, I caught my first felony, you know, great bodily harm. And I was sent away for 2 years. And then when I came home, I met my wife. It wasn't my wife then, but it was soon to be my wife. And we had our child 2 years later. So I really ain't had no time to, you know what I'm saying, figure things out, because I had the streets, which gave me a direction, gave me a sense of family, if you want to say. So I come from I'm a Cali boy, you know, born in Cali and then transitioned to Michigan. So things that I have seen throughout my life, it's been, you know, everybody has seen certain parts of the hood and ghettos or whatever the case may be, and it takes a toll on some people. But it's how you respond to adversity and all that. It determines, you know what I'm saying, who you're gonna be in the here and now. So here I stand right now, as Rick Ross says in his song, you know, here I stand as a man that not only have overcome obstacles. I had cancer in 2013. I beat cancer's ass. Same year that I had cancer, 2013, I was sent to prison again, you know, for some dumb shit. And that's why you got the reformed person that you see right before this screen right now. 2013 was the last time them people, them crackers, had me behind them walls, you know, all because of the choices that I made. So the purpose of this video is just to let you know, hey Dante, it's okay what you've been through, because in order for you to get where you at right now, you had to come from somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? So whether you was doing shootouts, whether you was fighting, whatever you were doing at that age, it made you become who you are today. So I don't take nothing, because I never lived with regrets. I don't regret one moment of my life. Like I told you, I had cancer in 2013 and I also was sent to prison. I found out I had cancer May 7, 2013. I went to prison July 11, 2013. Served another 2 years, or 18 months. So for a young man to be 21 years old to reach out to me because some videos that I post on YouTube that reached him in Columbus, Ohio, it really means a lot to me, because I know the youth are watching, and so it's up to us to be able to lend that hand back to the generation that's coming behind us, so they can make this a little bit better for their children, because now I have a grandchild. So now I can be able to sit and have a conversation with you on YouTube, even though we're not interacting right now because we're not live, but somebody's gonna see this video. Somebody might resonate with it, because I can tell you, I got a whole bunch of stories, you know what I'm saying? We should have story time or something. My wife, my homies, they all can attest to this. 1995, I believe it was, I had a warrant I used to sit on the block, sell dope and all that type of shit. I mean, there was a particular officer that used to always come on the block at 3 o'clock. I knew her shift. 3 o'clock every day. She worked the 3 to 11 shift. Mind you, I'm on the block peddling my little dope or whatever. Every time she used to see me, her and her partner, they used to try to chase me, and they chased me to the building. Now, mind you, I ain't gonna say I was the coolest criminal, but I was real laid back, you know what I'm saying? And I always had, you know, people positioned to let me know, okay, they're circling the block, they're coming to take. And so that led me to be on the run for 10 years. I didn't catch a case from 1995 to 2005. I was driving, I still was taking trips, I was doing all this shit. But that just let you know the type, like I would see the police coming around the corner, you know, and we had a little hole in the fence, and then my homie that was closer to the corner would let me know, hey, Tate, you gotta get a move on it, here they come. So she'd get mad, the officer would get mad because she'd see me standing on the block, and then all of a sudden I'd dip out, you know, because I knew I had a warrant. And I did that for 10 years, you know, not nothing to brag about. But that lets you know, like, everybody got a story to tell. And for me, it was around 20-something years old, you know what I'm saying, when this all occurred. And then finally in 2005, you know what I'm saying, they called up with me and I had to go to court. And guess what the judge told me? He said, Mr. Harris, you have not been arrested. We have not seen you since 1995. What have you been doing? I said, well, Your Honor, I went back to school. I went to the community college, and then I transferred. I went to Eastern Michigan. I also started a business, and I had a family. So I'm no longer like somebody for you to worry about. He said, you know what, Mr. Harris? My wife was sitting, you know, in the courtroom with me, and he was basically like, okay, well, this charge that we have against you right now, it was possessing of dangerous drugs. So I had some drugs and I threw them, and that led me to, you know, being on the run on top of some other shit. He said, well, you know what? Case dismissed, Mr. Harris. Thank you for, you know, changing your life, and let this be the one opportunity for you to, you know what I'm saying, keep it straight. And I thanked him, you know what I'm talking about, because he didn't have to do it. I really had, like, that particular charge was maybe 18 months to, let's say, 36 months as far as time-wise go. But 20-year-old Dante, you came a long way. You had your child, you raised a family, you was always present, you know what I'm talking about, and still to this day. We're not gonna get that fucked up. But you've been always present, and you've been a man about your word and about your business. You know, so if I would tell you one thing, I would say lock in and get focused on one thing. You know what I'm talking about? Have tunnel vision. Lock in on it and see what your results will be in like 6 months if you lock in on one thing that's positive. I would tell myself that. Because there's so many distractions out here, you know, that get a motherfucker lost in the sauce. You know, social media is crazy. Everybody want to be, you know, influencer. Everybody want to be a rapper or wherever the case may be because it's popular. But if I'm talking to a 21-year-old person in Georgia, Atlanta, South Central California, where I'm from, Charlotte, North Carolina, Toledo, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, I would tell you to lock in. So much potential out here for you to have to be and create something great. So just lock in on it. You know what I'm talking about? I love the youth. I consider myself a still young fly nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Still like to pop out and dress. I still like to, you know, kick it with the young people. I still got a young spirit. But for all my comrades out there, all my young people, don't have a sense of direction or where you want to go, lock in. Find you something that you're passionate about and just lock in on it. Don't care or give a fuck about what the naysayers say, even if it's your family or friends. You know what I'm talking about? Because in the end, they don't see the vision that you see. I always said I was gonna be an entrepreneur because I never liked working for nobody. So that was my main goal, to lock in on something. Now, even though street pharmaceuticals is not an entrepreneurship, but it's kind of like an entrepreneurship. So I chose that route. But if I would have locked in on something different, you know what I'm talking about, in the beginning, I could have had, you know, I would say more than I have at that age, you know. So 21-year-old young man out there, you got it. If I can do anything to help you further that journey, whether it's advice, whether it's just somebody to talk to, like I said, I try to have a call-in show on Wednesdays or Fridays. 313-650-1077. You can reach me there, you know what I'm talking about, because I really fuck with the youth. And Mr. Columbus, like I said, I shot you an email, so hopefully when you see it, go ahead and reply to it so we can get this ball rolling. Because if I was you back in my days at 21, shit'd be real brazy right now. So that's just the video for today. My new series as well. My 21-year-old self. I wish I can remember that judge's name that just told me, hey, look, we just gonna dismiss all charges. You know, he really did something for me. And I don't even fuck with people like that. I don't even fuck with the court system like that. I hate them crackers. But until the next one, don't do what you can do today, tomorrow. That's really important, because that's what Mr. Columbus was doing. He's not waiting to act on something. You know what I'm talking about? He found a video on YouTube. Just think about that. He found a video on YouTube and found some type of inspiration from that particular video that made him want to do something in his life to make it better. That's what makes life so beautiful. You know what I'm talking about? It's connections. So don't do what you can do today, tomorrow. So don't procrastinate. If anything I share with you on this channel, on this YouTube channel, and it helped you, start that process. Whether it's starting a vending machine business. I bought my daughter vending machines, you know, just because I wanted her to have the spirit of entrepreneurship. Or flipping houses. That's what this channel originally started from, was flipping houses. I bought tiny houses for the kids, you know, there's all type of shit I've been doing. If you check back on this channel, I've been, you know what I'm saying, really trying to give away the information. If I didn't find some success in it, I bought it to YouTube. So go ahead and pay it forward, but do not procrastinate. You know what I'm talking about? Don't do what you can do today, tomorrow. I know it's been a long time since I did a video, but I have a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on. I have a grandbaby now, and thank you for everybody that, you know, congratulated me on my new addition to the family, my grandchild. You know, he's boy, he brought a new spark life to me, you know what I'm talking about? But let's turn up. You know what I'm talking about? It's 2025. Hey, look, we ain't got time to waste. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta have more than one income, because you can't survive off of one income. So we gotta find different ways to delegate what we doing as far as business-wise and securing the bag for the family. I don't like that term because, you know, people have made it, you know what I'm saying, all. But we want to secure financial stability for our family. You know what I'm talking about? So I'll see you on the next one. But this new series is coming. So I got different stories for you in different ways that we can turn this up so we can help all the older people that watch this channel. I want you to chime in, drop a story or two in the comments. Let us know, what you overcame during your stint in life, especially when you were 21. What were you doing at 21? I was turned up. When I say I was turned up, we was all on Belle Isle, we was on 7 Mile, we was everywhere. We was on the south side of Ipsy. We was doing a whole lot of things, man. I was taking trips to Arizona, bringing weed back. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy back then. So I want to know your stories. You know what I'm talking about? This may give the younger generation the opportunity to see what to do or not to do. You know what I'm talking about? So I'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, and light. Salute.